we engage in these conversations and we try to find answers. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that's necessary, whatever the topic is, we tend to sometimes leave at the door. And that's common sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And, I just want to ask you with this whole Urban Meyer thing, and I'm going to play the cut. When Urban talking about the report of him calling coaches losers and creating this division and this volatility within the coaching ranks, and that would theoretically spring a leak inside the organization. Guys are ticked. I don't know why I keep banging on my papers today. Guys are ticked off, and now if he said that, they're going to go and they're going to go to different channels and get stories out there about how the franchise is a mess. I could see if their coaching integrity was impugned by Urban Meyer, I can see why somebody would become a rat.
Oh, of course.
I mean, if I'm an assistant coach. And this guy's so brazen to say, who the bleep do you think you are? What the bleep have you done? Yeah. What the bleep have you won? You know the first person I'd call?
Who's that?
Yo, Schefter. Listen to what's going on with this clown. Uh-huh. Here's what's happening inside the building. I'd rat him out. I mean, if I didn't step up and punch him out. I mean, something would happen. I don't know how you just sit there and take it and just get destroyed by a guy. So anyway, this is either, all right, how can such a specific claim, it's not under the file, well, tensions are rising in at 2 Jaguars Plaza. No, it's not that. It is a specific recounting of what he allegedly or reportedly said to his staff. Common sense now. That's why I brought that up before. Let's apply common sense.
Yeah.
If he didn't do that, then why would we have such a story with such detail?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Exactly.
We wouldn't.
Which leads me to believe that he did it, and I want to know how common is that amongst coaches.
Well, part of the challenge here is understanding what he actually said. So according to this report, Urban Meyer basically said to his coaches, I've won everywhere. Look at my resume. Obviously, from college. He's not done anything in the NFL yet. He's only won 2 games in his first 14 weeks. But he said, what have you guys done? Like, what is your resume? Are you guys winners or are you losers type of thing? And, I mean,
that's horrendous.
Why you would do that makes no sense to me.
Because you're an egotistical, out-of-control maniac is what you are.
It's funny because you say, think about common sense. But common sense would tell me, if you're the head coach of a team that's 2-11,
yeah.
Why would you say that?
I'm not touting my record at that point.
Exactly.
I'm just going to work hard and keep my head down here, guys.
And so it almost sounds...
I'm going to watch a little extra film tonight.
But it almost sounds unbelievable because who would actually say that when you're 2-11?
Somebody who's pompous and arrogant as he is.
Yeah, but I mean, in the NFL, it's really actually it's probably more on college level on the head coach. But in the NFL, it's also on the head coach because you never recover from... Like, if you start your career 0-15, you're not recovering from that.
It's very hard to do that.
It takes 2 years to come back.
Jimmy Johnson did, but it's a very short list. No, I'm with you.
Very short list.
I'm with you.
So
you're buried after that.
You're buried, or you turn it around immediately.
Correct.
Right, and so certain coaches in the NFL that are going through rough times right now. If you look at this schedule, the teams that are bad. The Detroit Lions, I actually feel like Dan Campbell might be able to turn it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
he's got to get a little better with his timeouts, but they're playing for him.
Exactly.
And they seem to really respect him and like him.
He's starting his career 1-11-1. Could he pull him to 500 and by year 3? Maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Rodgers could be gone.
Right.
Who's quarterbacking the Vikings? Maybe.
That's right.
No, I would give you maybe, yeah.
You look at David Culley in Houston. Is he turning that one?
No.
Exactly. Not because I dislike David Culley, but...
They're just so bereft of talent. By the time they become a 7-win team, he's going to be gone. It's going to take too long.
And there's nothing positive to look forward to right now.
No.
Right? Because Deshaun Watson is not going to be playing quarterback for this team.
Never.
And so now you got to restart finding that guy, which is not easy.
Are you going to throw me a bone and get to my guy or no?
I'm not
going to get to my guy?
I'm not
okay, good.
Jacksonville.
I like this game.
Jacksonville.
I like this.
Jacksonville's 2-11. Are you positive that Urban Meyer? Of course not.
No.
You can't be.
No.
Because the ship feels like it's sinking and everybody's like half straddling the edge trying to decide where they're going to jump off or stay on.
It's like the scene of the Titanic where they're like, forget about the women and children. I'm jumping in one of these wooden boats.
That's right. And so I can't tell if people are really on board. I know Dan Campbell's coaches.
Yep. Aaron Glenn, Mark Brunell, all those guys. Yeah.
Yep. What's his name, running back for the Eagles?
Deuce
Staley. Like, they're all on board. Anthony Lynn, you mentioned as well. Like, they're all there. They're not going anywhere.
Yep. They got his back.
They're staying.
I agree.
Jacksonville coaches are probably like, All right. What's the next?
Oh, they're going home talking to their wives saying, we got to start putting the house on the market. Where are we living next year?
What's the next better opportunity?
Correct.
Find me a bigger, better deal, and I'm out.
Yep.
And they're probably saying the same thing in Houston with David Culley.
Yeah.
And it's not David Culley's fault.
Nope.
It's just
circumstantial.
It's not going anywhere.
I agree with that.
Right? So then you look at the other lower win team, the New York Jets. Mm-hmm. Where are the Jets? I think Robert Saleh's got the right mentality.
I do too.
I don't think that they are. I think he's figuring it out. Mm-hmm. Zach Wilson is. I mean, we talk about swimming. He's like swimming in the Pacific, man.
No turnovers though yesterday, and he had a really good first half last week.
But he's
3 touchdowns.
He's missing the easy things.
I know he is.
Right, and that's what starts to worry you.
Yeah.
And so much of their lack of success has been quarterback play.
Yeah,
but
and defense. Defense is horrendous.
It is, but they've been good at moments and horrible at others. So if you're good at sometimes and horrible other times, I tend to say you're just not consistent. You're not bad. You're just not consistent.
Yep.
And so, like I can give them. I can find it like an excuse to give them the benefit.
Well,
of
as
the
the
doubt.
Jets fan, let me at least give you this too, and I know we'll get to the Giants and the other bad teams too. But at least I'm sitting here saying, okay. So, his first draft, his second draft put Zach Wilson.
Talk about
Joe Douglas, the general manager
of the Jets.
Put Zach Wilson aside for a moment. You drafted Michael Carter out of UNC before he hurt his ankle, stud.
Yep.
You drafted Elijah Moore, stud. You moved up and you traded. You got Vera Tucker from the Vikings. You got stud left guard.
Yep.
And now you're going to have 2 of the top 7 or 8 picks. So, and you've got $40 million in cap space.
That's right.
And you've got Becton coming back.
Right.
I think
you're not jumping off the boat.
No, I'm fairly optimistic that the Jets will become competitive.
And if George Fant could understand how to block the guy in front of him instead of helping the guard down on the left side of the offensive line, is playing left tackle, and let Zach Wilson just get obliterated by an unblocked defensive end, it actually might not have been so bad yesterday.
Yep.
There were some unexplainable things that offensive line did yesterday.
Yeah, it was some bad throws too from Zach, to be fair.
But you go to now you go to the Giants.
Okay.
Like, where are we sitting with the Giants? Giants are 4-9. Mm-hmm. I mean, Saquon was the only decent thing yesterday. Right, and it was mostly garbage. It was some garbage time touchdowns and a couple of decent runs earlier on in the game. But there is nothing exciting about this Giants team.
What worries me about the Giants, unlike the Jets, is that they have too many components at different stages of development.
Yeah,
like you drafted Saquon number 2, but your team's terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
You drafted Danny Jones at number 6 going into year 4, but your team's terrible. Like, at least with Zach, I mean, I hope Zach Wilson's going to be good, and I think he might, but at least I have time on my side. The Giants, to me, between the GM, who's obviously gone, Gettleman's out, the O-line, which stinks. I mean, there's not a lot of hope for the Giants right now. There's just not.
And I'm biased, so I put them straddling side. I don't put them on the unforgivable side, right? But they are – I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah.
Right, and so I can look at the Jets and say, all right, I can see the plan. Mm-hmm. I can look at Jacksonville. I don't see a plan.
Agreed.
Houston, I don't see a plan.
Agreed.
Detroit, actually, I kind of can see a plan.
Yep. You're going to have to resolve Goff's not the guy.
He's gone.
But the plan is to instill competitiveness and passion for the game early.
But at least there's a plan. Now, the last one is the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
Now, 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I'm saying, get Nagy the hell out of here.
Well, you want to keep him, huh?
I've started to see some good things from Justin Fields.
Wow.
Right? It's just a confidence. Like to throw the ball downfield. Their special teams played really well in this game last week. Some of the offensive play calling was innovative. Like for the first time, it wasn't just stand up there and get beat. Like it was innovative. And the last thing I would want in Chicago, the Bears fans want him gone.
I know what you're going to say, though.
Right?
Year 2, new system.
That's right. You do not want to put... Unless it's like Ryan Day, and that's not happening.
Familiarity,
right? Unless there's some familiarity.
What about Josh McDaniels? What if Josh McDaniels wanted that job?
I don't know if his mind as an offensive play caller makes sense for Justin Fields, right?
Why?
Because Justin Fields is like Herbert. Like he's best when he's pushing the ball, like making big plays downfield. Yep. Like Justin Herbert started to play better the last couple of weeks because they're actually taking shots. Right? They're not just saying, hey, you know what, throw that 5-yard curl route over there. Hey, you know what, throw that crossing route. Like, all right, stand in the pocket and throw a bomb down the field to Mike Williams. Or
let it rip, man.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
And he's great.
Yep.
And it opens things up. And now all of a sudden, Austin Eckler's got plenty of room to scramble beneath. So I think Justin Fields is like that.
Okay.
And that's not how Josh McDaniels obviously offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. That's not how his mind thinks. It hasn't been that way for 2 decades. He wants to, take the easy ones, nick and tuck, slice and dice you for days down the field and then play great defense.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I would say no.
Okay, I was just asking.
So I think Nagy's actually saving himself, or Justin Fields.
Ryan Pace too? You going to bring back the GM as well? How does that guy get a reprieve?
I mean, they're kind of a package deal, right?
I don't know. Do they have to be? I'm not sure what ownership's thinking. I mean, boy, that would be tough to justify bringing both of them back.
It would be.
Fans would revolt.
Of course they would, but it's only because of what I've started to see with Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, we were talking about this before the show. I agree with you on that.
I just worry. I really worry.
The disruption.
About the disruption.
No, you've always said that.
It's hard to come back from it, dude. It's just really hard. Right? And so just don't. I think, that's Daniel Jones' problem, and it's going to be his problem if he has another. He has another coordinator. He's going to have his third coordinator in 4 years if they keep him around next year.
The Giants have somehow been able to replicate what the Jets did to Darnold.
That's exactly right.
Which is unforgivable.
And before that, they did to Geno Smith.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right. It's like they through osmosis, or I don't know. Jealousy,
just living in the same building.
Jealousy of mediocrity, decided to do the same thing the Jets did. I mean, you're right.
That is unforgivable.
That's right.
It really is. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.